Back in his day, you wouldn't find a tougher bloke than Mark Spud Caroll on the footy field. He gave as good as he got in the 80s and 90s, but all those hard hits take their toll. Now showing signs of CTE, what's becoming the footballer's brain disease, Spud's turned to controversial brain surgeon Charlie Teo.
Oh, Caroll can't make his feet.
Never show you her to always get up. Bloody hell, how do I get up sometimes?
Caroll came back like a runaway tram.
Work hard, train hard, play hard. And that's the motto I've always had, and I'm now paying the consequences.
Mark Spud Caroll, the hard man of rugby league. At 57, his body is in peak fitness. His strength has never faded. His gym in Sydney's Woolloomooloo is no frills, no fancy equipment. Here, it's all about hard work. In the 80s and 90s, Spud was a force on the footy field. A giant among the giants.
Caroll and Halligan.
The tackles, the head knocks, the blackouts.
Were you ever scared on the footy field?
Nah, never. No, never scared. The kick-off's probably the most damaging run, which I did. I used to love it, absolutely love it. Getting the kick-off, running from the back fence and trying to make the 20-metre line. That was my goal, getting tackled by 4 people. You think about the mass of 100 kilo each, 400 kilos getting hammered.
What were those days like? What were the medical checks like?
No medical checks back then. Half-time might be days, a little bit, give you 2 numbers, come back, give us the 2 numbers. Did you give me 2 numbers? You're right to go back on.
Almost 3 decades on, the passion and brute force Spud played with has come back to haunt him. His brain has signs of CTE, chronic traumatic encephalopathy.
To hear those words, I sort of had a bit of a cry, and then I didn't work here at the gym. I actually went home for the day, and then I thought to myself, well, the way I played, I would have had to have something. I never know, because it's all one-off stuff, so.
You may have noticed by now Spud's voice. It's a little gravelly, croaky and laboured. He's been told that's been caused by anxiety, a symptom of the brain disease.
Just anxiety. What am I anxious about? I've got no idea. They say depression, I'm not depressed. You know, I've got a great family life. I've got, got fantastic clients. I love what I do on TV. I love running a gym. There's no depression there. The anxiety here, you can tell my voice. Sometimes I'm like running out of breath. I just don't know why, but I worry about my voice, I really do. But the crazy thing about it is when I play music and sing, I can bloody sing, so I don't know what's going on.
And bloody sing, he can. It's truly remarkable.
My mother was a tailor.
Spud's been told by doctors to keep his brain active, so he's been teaching himself the bass guitar, training daily. He's also a patient of controversial neurosurgeon Dr. Charlie Teo.
So this is Spud's MRI scan in 3D reconstruction.
Dr. Teo wasn't the neurologist to diagnose the CTE, but today he's showing us Spud's brain scans, mapped out, showing the areas of abnormality.
We can then tell you the activity of every different part of the brain, personalised.
So you can then pinpoint by millimetre where exactly to treat.
Exactly.
This little reference with 3 orbs.
Under a psychiatrist and Dr. Teo's supervision, Spud is having what's called TMS, transcranial magnetic stimulation. At times, it's painful.
No pain, no gain.
Exactly. And now I'll get this one into position.
A procedure where a magnetic coil is placed on his scalp. An electrical current then stimulates nerve cells in the brain.
Ready to start, Spud? Going to begin in 3, 2, 1.
As the magnet is moved around his skull, it causes his eyebrow to twitch. but it's hoped this will improve his symptoms and his speech.
All right, first one down.
Yes. He's had multiple head injuries, and most professional footballers, unfortunately, might find themselves in that predicament of having concussions. So if we can treat his anxiety and depression, the knock-on effect hopefully will be that his speech will improve as well. Will that be permanent? Well, stay tuned.
Yeah.
We're hoping that we can at least improve him, maybe permanently, but even if it's only temporary, then that would be beneficial for Spud. You know, I know you've helped
Australia's
the first
Healthcare
time
Complaints Commission put restrictions on Dr Teo performing brain surgery in this country. But TMS is not surgery, and this is what he does at Singulum Health in Sydney.
You know, the old saying was one door closes, another opens. And I don't think we have to hide it. I can't operate in Australia anymore. So despite what some people think, I like helping people. And I love helping people with a brain disorder. So if I can't help people with a brain tumour, then you know, it wouldn't be great if I could help a lot of people with other brain disorders such as Spud, people with depression, anxiety, stroke. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it. The good thing about TMS is that I'm not cutting anything and I'm not destroying anything. So the safety profile is completely different to neurosurgery. And so I love Australians, and I'd love to be able to help Australians with brain injuries or brain problems, even if I can't help them with brain tumours.
How do you feel about Charlie Teo?
Well, he saved a mate of mine. I guarantee you, if you've been diagnosed with a tumour in your head and you go to someone and you go, I think I can save your life, what are you going to do? You've got to have a crack, okay? Mate, I'd do it any day with him.
Oh, it was close.
Part of the treatment also tests this former footy player's balance, awareness of his body and space, and memory.
Okay, your water? Yeah.
Spud is throwing everything at his fight, adding sessions in a hyperbaric chamber and cryotherapy, 3 minutes at minus 140 degrees.
That is the best feeling ever. Oh, woohoo!
Spud is opening up on this deeply personal battle, not for sympathy, but to help others, calling on Prime Minister Anthony Albanese to meet him face to face. Most of his scans and treatment aren't covered by Medicare or private health insurance.
Mr Albanese, South Sydney fan, put your hat on, put your scarf on, let's shake hands and let's get together. And I want to chat about getting some sort of cover of some sort, Medicare or health cover for anyone in need, not just sport, I mean general people in Australia.
Spud is the toughest yet gentlest of men. He has an uncertain future and a hard road ahead, but he's still got time for a laugh.
Lizzie works for Channel 9. Doing a job she does fine. It's called A Current Affair Australia. Is that what I made it?
Yes. Do you ever let it get you down? Spud, are there moments when you're by yourself and it's a bit lonely?
I have my days, I must say. I find Sunday is probably my worst day because, you know, sort of no gym, so I've got to make sure I try and do something. But as they say in the classics, I'll take each day as they come.
Well, you were brave on the field and you're very bloody brave now, Spud.
I'm doing my best. Down in New Orleans. That's it.
Yeah, hear to that, and well done, Spud. Thank goodness the game's changed since his playing days. Player welfare is now a much higher priority, but there is still work to be done. And Mark's request for a meeting has been received by the Prime Minister's office. We'll let you know if that goes any further.